Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is David and this is David K Reacts. And this is a bonus reaction. I have no idea when this is going to go out. I was just working on rewatching and just checking for any information I wanted to add in text to my Hound and the Fox and Tim Faust video. And I was looking for information on the Hound and the Fox just to double check myself on some things. And I came across the fact that they had covered Agatha All Along. And they just shot up on my leaderboard of cool people for doing that. I don't know why it's never occurred to me to look for a cover of a Marvel song. I guess probably because there's so few of them, and it just hadn't crossed my mind that somebody would do it. But of course they would, especially this one. It's such a good piece of music. And I just figured I was going to jump on it immediately, because I clearly wasn't going to be able to wait to watch it. And I thought it would be kind of fun just to cover this one. I am an enormous Marvel nut. Not particularly from the comics, although I've read a reasonable number. But the MCU has really caught me in its fangs. And I particularly love it since they started bringing in music. We've had some marvelous musical numbers. We obviously had Agatha All Along. There was the Steve Rogers musical in Hawkeye. Even the cover of the Star Spangled Man with a Plan in the original Captain America was great. And there's another one that is completely escaping me. What did I just see that had music in it? It's gone. But they're all fantastic. And so I definitely figured I would cover this. I don't know if there's... trying to think if there's anything I haven't seen, so I might have missed other music. I think I've seen most. The only thing I haven't seen at this point in time is Wakanda Forever. As I record this, I'm woefully late on going to see that, but hopefully going to catch it soon. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. This is, as I say, a bonus reaction. It's going to be quite short, because it's only a minute-long video. But welcome to any of you who are joining me because of this. Welcome back if you know my channel already. For those of you who may not, the way I work is I'm going to watch this video straight through, give some honest reactions as I go, and then I'm going to go back and break it down a little bit. This won't be terribly long, because it's not, you know, the usual 3.5 minutes plus that I'm reacting to. But hopefully I'll be able to pull a couple of things out of it. We'll see. And that's me. If you enjoy this, please like the video, subscribe to my channel. I do lots of different reactions, mostly a cappella music up to this point, but a couple that haven't been. And yeah, please subscribe, please hit the notification if you would like to know when I'm posting videos. And if you enjoy my work and would care to donate to the channel, please head over to buymeacoffee.com/DavidKReacts, and you can buy me a coffee there, and that would be lovely. I have a goal. If this is going out before New Year's, I don't know if it will, but I have a goal that by New Year's 2023, I'm going to have 1,000 subscribers. I'm over 800 now, so fingers crossed I'm going to make that. So this is... yeah, we'll see how this goes. Anyway, future David just jumping in quickly. I should have said this when I recorded the video originally, but honestly, I was too jazzed to get to watching it. But massive spoilers for WandaVision throughout this video. I'm not only going to talk about the song itself, I will be discussing some of the context in which it comes. If you have any interest in watching WandaVision, I seriously suggest that you do so before watching this video, because the contents herein are just too awesome at the point they come up in the show. I feel like if you're watching this, you probably know them already, but if you don't, by some chance, please do go and watch the show, then come back and watch this reaction, and watch the original video later on, because you will enjoy the show significantly more if you don't have this context. Alright, back to the recording. Without further delay, this is the Hound and the Fox singing Agatha All Along, and I'm ridiculously excited.
Who's been messing up everything?
It's been Agatha all along.
Nice.
Who's been pulling every evil string?
It's been Agatha all along. She's in
Oh, that's cool.
so perfidious that you haven't even noticed, and the pity is pity, 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 pity.
Oh, that's cool.
It's too late
I killed Sparky, too.
Nice. Oh, that's fun. That's a really cool cover. They didn't do a crazy amount to it, but they did just enough to make it theirs, I think, and that's awesome. This is such a great piece of music, all round. I mean, of course it is. It's an award-winning piece of music, and how could it not be? I think what was so wonderful about it, Star Spangled Man with the Plan, being, I think, the only piece of Marvel music that came out prior to this, really, made complete sense. You could almost expect it, because one, it's an existing piece of Marvel music. Two, that's kind of what the USO shows were back in the day. There would be something like that, and it would be accompanied by that kind of retro singing. What was so great about Agatha All Along, even, is it came out of nowhere. I was just far enough behind on WandaVision. I was busy when it came out, otherwise I'd have probably binged it in a day. But I was just far enough behind to know, before I watched, that there was going to be something musically related. I had no idea it was going to be this at the time. I knew just enough, and I've stopped myself doing this now, but I had a habit of watching breakdown videos rather, of like suspicions of what could be about to happen in the MCU. And so I knew who Agatha Harkness was. She wasn't a character I was aware of prior to watching WandaVision. But my jaw hit the floor the moment this happened, because it was just so good. And I really like what they've done with it here. I actually haven't listened to the song for a while, but to my recollection, it's mostly similar. But they've added some harmony. I think they've changed a couple of the melody lines just very slightly. And it's exactly what I think I would have expected from what very, very little I know about the Hound and the Fox coming into this. It's got a really nice sort of balance between the voices, some spectacular mixing there. I'm just going to do my usual quick double check. I assume, recorded and mixed by Riley. He has such a great ear for their sound. It makes sense. It's the two of them. Of course he does. But it's still worth mentioning. Oh, I didn't notice this. They pinned a comment. We are, Riley especially, obsessed with Marvel. Love this show. About time there was a Marvel song we could put our spin. Here. Fastest turnaround on a cover yet. When was this actually posted? February 2020. Yeah, that was pretty quick. Anyway, they've just made it. They've put their spin on it, as they said, and this is great. So, obviously, it's not very long. I'm only going to be able to pull so much out of it, but there's some really cool stuff that I saw. So let's go back, check it out one more time, and see what I can see. So straight off the bat, retro. They're wearing. I like the fact that they have a more retro look in the center, and a less retro look on the outside. That's an awesome combination, because it expands the nature of the show. Retro text, the TV screen sort of look, sort of mirroring what the show did at the beginning, and we'll get to it, but I love how that clears up when it does. Anyway.
Who's been messing up everything?
It's been Agatha all along.
This is great. They have their chorus, but the chorus isn't in the milieu with the primary singers. They bring them in. It's such a nice touch, because you can kind of stick to this insofar as there is a story in this video, which of course it's mostly in the lyrics, but you can you can slightly detach yourself from the two on the outside and focus on the Riley and the Mackenzie in the middle. And that's just really fun. It's a really nice touch of what they've done to this video.
Agatha all along.
Who's been pulling every
That's really great. That's a really smart move. It matches what the show does. It suddenly becomes all color. They haven't changed anything else, but they don't need to, because it's such a short video. They've achieved what they set out to do in that one change. All of a sudden, we're in this full color system. They obviously turned this video around incredibly quickly, but I love that they've put they've put detail into it. There's the costume, now that you can see it in color. We've got this dark costume that works really well for Agatha, especially with the pendant as well. And they've set this up really nicely. We've got this lovely set of color tones here. And I think that's what's, immediately, what's so great about this? Agatha All Along, it's a villain, a Marvel villain, one step up now, a Disney villain, singing a villain song. And yet it's bubbly and bouncy, and that's partly what makes it creepier. But it's great that what they've done is they've created this very warm color palette. And so you feel a little bit drawn in by this, even as we're singing about this, incredibly evil character, who isn't, my understanding, and people who know the comics better, please feel free to correct me. My understanding is she isn't as evil in the comics as she is in the MCU. That was a change that they made. Because she's an ally to more than one superhero, I think, in the comic series. So I love the fact that they did, they keep, that's what I like, particularly about some of the later Marvel stuff, is they keep, what's the right word? Subverting. Excuse me. They keep subverting my expectations from the very limited knowledge that I have. And I don't keep up with the comics to any extent. So I have some understanding of who these characters are, and then that understanding keeps getting flipped on its head, and I'm really enjoying that. But yes, what I think they've done such a good job in what they've set up with this video. I also like the fact that they've got the two chorus members, I'm going to just say it that way to differentiate. They're in the same place, but all you see is them, the vignette framing at the top of the curtain, and the white, and so we only have the bigger scene in the center video. It's really nice aesthetic choicing. Choicing, that's a word. It's a really nice aesthetic choice that they've made here.
She's insidious, so perfidious.
It's also great that they've given themselves the opportunity to have 4-part vocal harmony on screen without having to double track. Like, they're not double tracking it. They have 4 people there, and because of the change of clothes and all that, you have this differentiation of the characters that they're playing in the primary screen, for want of a better phrase, and the characters they're playing in the chorus. Just also, this harmony is lovely. I don't remember how true it is to the harmony in the actual video, the actual moment in the show, but it is very, very nice, and this sounds great in their voices.
Insidious, so perfidious, that you haven't even noticed, and the pity is, pity, 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 pity.
So that, I think, pity, 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 pity. What is it?
Noticed, and the pity is, pity, pity.
Pity, 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 pity. Yeah, that's a change, isn't it? Pity, 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 pity. Yeah, because it would be pity, pity, pity. Yeah, they've just dropped it a third. So it's taking me a minute to remember. I was trying to remember the original against this. I should have watched the original before I watched this, but honestly, I saw this. I got too excited. I just immediately set myself up and started recording. Yeah, that's a really nice change. It's subtle. It doesn't change the nature of the song one bit, but it just puts a little touch on it just to make it unique to them.
You haven't even noticed, and the pity is, pity, 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 pity.
Oh, and he's singing it in the bass. I didn't catch that for some reason. I was focusing so much on what Mackenzie was singing. I didn't catch Riley. Pity, 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 pity. And for all I can remember, and I can't remember, that harmony may actually be in the original song, but I love that they're highlighting it here. That's the key thing. That's maybe what I should have said from the outset. Anyway.
Stand the pity is. Pity, 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 pity.
It's too late to fix anything now that everything has gone wrong. Thanks to Agatha, naughty Agatha.
I love the vocalizations that are being added in. Mackenzie's just loving playing this part. It's great. Just the little laughter and the cackle. This is wonderful.
Has gone wrong. Thanks to Agatha, naughty Agatha.
It's been Agatha all along. And I killed Sparky, too.
I love the choice there to drop the backing instrumentals out and just have the acoustic guitar doing the da 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 da. That's great because that sets it. I can't remember what plays it in the show, but I'm pretty sure it's not an acoustic guitar, and it sets it into their vibe, which is wonderful. That's a wonderful choice. I like that a lot.
And I killed Sparky, too.
There's such... Wow! Mackenzie! There's such relish in that. That's... That moment in the show is so freaking dark. And there's... Seeing this out of context, you haven't had that build-up of the episode to get to that point. And I love the fact that she's made it so... There's almost a sensuality to the way that she says it that makes it really slightly quite creepy. That's great.
And I killed Sparky, too.
And the fall out of frame. It's that's a great excuse me. That's just a great choice because it's entertaining. There's always something comical about watching someone just tip out of frame, but also doing it. I don't know if this is what they were thinking. I'm sure it wasn't remotely what they were thinking about at the time. But having it clear the screen for the end card is also just really smart. It's has less distraction in the background because all of the end card is now over white. Excellent YouTubing right there. And then we get this in the background. Now, bravo. I am so happy to see someone covering one of the Marvel songs because they're really good. They're really, really good. This was such a brilliant moment in the show. I listened to this song for weeks after I saw that episode. And it's just so enjoyable. Great job. Really great job. Well played, Riley and Mackenzie. You did a fantastic job with this song. I actually think one thing I would like to say to anyone who's stuck with me this far, the music in this show is so well thought out. And I'm sure most people have probably clocked this by now, either through their own observation or through having seen analyses on YouTube. But if you haven't, there's a really good... I watched a video because I was obsessed with the WandaVision theme. Which is the ba 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 ba, which plays like I think it comes in a few moments in the episodes. It's the bum bum ba ba. Wow, I'm out of key. Let me just go back on that. The whole beginning of this. Oops. Ba 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 ba. It's a minor version of the same figure. Bum bum ba ba. It's the way they use that in every single opening song, and this one is so clever. If you haven't seen it, I'll post it down below. There's a very simple video that shows it cuts to every moment in every opening song where that motif figures. And I loved all the opening songs anyway, and I didn't pick up on it immediately because I wasn't paying attention. I was just having a good time. And I think the third episode, I went, hang on a minute. They're doing something here. I don't know why I didn't pick it up straight away, but... And I caught onto it, and I watched a video after I saw this episode. I watched a video that showed every single opening theme, but cut only to when this motif appears, and it shows it on a keyboard, and you can see how they're adjusting the motif slightly. And it's so clever. I'll post it in the description below. But yeah, go and watch it if you have any interest in breaking down or in understanding how cool music has been applied, because the music in WandaVision is fantastic. Anyway, that's that for this video. I'm so glad I saw this. I'm just going to go and start. I'm just going to basically put this and the original on repeat for a couple of hours. Not literally, but this is definitely going onto my playlist. This is brilliant. Well played, Riley and Mackenzie. I really enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed watching this and maybe got something out of what I was saying. There wasn't as much to go into here, but it was still really fun to watch and just break down a few seconds of. So thank you for bearing with me. If you're still here, I appreciate it. Please do like the video, hit that subscribe button, notification bells, and if you'd like to, buymeacoffee.com/DavidKReacts. That would be fantastic. Thank you very much indeed for just being a part of my community, which, as I've said before, is part of a much larger community I'm very privileged to be a part of. And I hope you continue to enjoy my work and to follow my channel. Thank you. Have a good night, evening, morning, whatever time it happens to be when you're watching this. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.